Alright.
Hold it up.
I think you gotta turn it the other way.
Oh no, you might be good. Yeah, just sit it down right there.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, just sit it in there.
And somebody go on their page.
Hold on,
and check the channel.
I got you.
Farm, you go on your channel.
All right.
Check
All right.
the live.
Okay.
But go ahead, open up.
Oh, your shit just might be that.
We're rolling right now.
Hold on, keep going.
All right.
Shalom.
Oh, okay.
All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh.
Our Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash.
We want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And we want to say peace and salutations to the whole elect of Israel. All right, we're the Hebrew Israelites. And of course, we come in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And as always, being watchmen, keeping watch, keeping our posts, and warning you of the up and coming evils and dooms to come of this world. And we're going to start off in main scripture you can say is the basics. 2nd Ezra 9th chapter about measuring the time diligently in itself.
It's 2nd Ezra 9:1. Ye answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
Because that's exactly what the prophets do, the seers do. They have the vision. They have the set times and visions to be able to warn the people of the things to come. You think the Most High is going to do a judgment, on this grand scale that he's getting ready to do and not warn the people? Of course he is. The Most High doeth nothing but revealeth his secrets unto the service of prophets. All right, before things spring up, he tells us of these things. All right, and he gives it to his men that are here to tell you, the people, the things that are coming on this earth.
That's right, God. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. When thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
God, the Most High gave us signs and things to look for his return. Again, this is a great thing that's coming upon the face of the earth. Great and terrible thing is coming on this earth. So the Most High gave us signs and things to look for. We go into Matthew the 24th chapter. Always the prophets is worried about the end of this world being the end of this era of wickedness. Because after this era is put out, then righteousness is going to reign, the kingdom of heaven. That's what they're always asking about. When's the kingdom of heaven coming? When's the kingdom of heaven coming? When are you coming back to return and avenge us? And make your name holy on this land again. Make your name known. A new name, a fresh name. Because this world, you can see, they don't know Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Because if it was so, they wouldn't be doing the things that they're doing. Right? They don't acknowledge their offense. They continue to do the things that they do because, again, the Most High, have not opened their eyes to see, but because the Most High is getting ready to judge these people.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 7, verse 42. He answered me and said, this present life is not the end where much glory doth abide. Therefore have they prayed for the weak, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time and the beginning of immortality for to come.
Because the scriptures say we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of the Most High. This world is nothing but sorrows and tribulations and hell because this is the kingdom of the wicked. Job 9:24. Where all types of hell brothers catching, even people in the world catch hell. Because this is not our place of rest. No matter where you go, people are catching hell. You can see the richest man on earth, he's full of demons and all type of sorrows. There's no happiness in this world because this world is sorrowing because the wicked is in rule.
If I may add on to what you just said, everybody catching hell. Even these rich, the global elites, man. The global elites catching hell. The Lord jacking them up too. They ain't going away scot-free. The Lord is judging them, putting what's that in strange apparitions in the Book of Wisdom of Solomon. All right, the Lord is plaguing them with dreams and visions of seeing them in slavery, man. Esau's getting abducted. All right, then I just did a video today. Billionaires are building underground bunkers, man, to escape nuclear doomsday. That's what it said. That's the title. It said World War III preparation. All right, so you have billionaires all the way down to your local CEOs, all right, mayors, senators, all right. You got these particular rich people putting their money to shipping their money overseas, man, all right, and building underground bunkers to what? To hopefully escape the thermonuclear missile destruction that's going to take here in your present life, all right. Lord's will, it can be this year, man, all right, to destroy America, man, which is Babylon the Great. So everybody's catching hell, man, all right, okay. So I just add on.
Because this is just a small scale. This is just a small scale of the things to come. The little hell that's going on right now in this world is not that bad because people still have liberty. We still have enough confidence to go outside and walk in and go get some groceries and drive your car to the park, walk your dog. You still have, that kind of safety here, meaning security, because the hell hasn't really fully come yet. We're in Jacob's trouble, but, it's not fully yet, Jacob's trouble. So the things people are going to start bugging out on is, not knowing when they're going to live or not. These elites know because they have a certain sense of knowing what the hell's going on, because they know economically this kingdom is falling. And when economics fall, then everything else falls. The infrastructure, the country cannot run if the money is not working. That's why they say money makes the world go round. That's why these devils is putting money away, because they know this place is getting ready to put out.
Hey, if I could say, I just did a couple videos on this earlier this week, man, talking about Deutsche Bank failing, right? Deutsche Bank is a bank that basically finance other companies and things like that. So it's like a trickle-down effect, man. And in that video, I wound up using the analogy like you run out of gas, you go to 7-Eleven. But when 7-Eleven run out of gas, they have a gas truck come into them. But if that gas truck can't get to them, then you can't get your gas. So this is why, with Deutsche Bank failing, this is like one of the world's largest banks, man. They finance like companies like Aston Martin and so on and so forth, man. And you got these smaller companies that are what they call net 60, net 30, net 60, meaning it's 30 to 60 days before they can get their return on their investment, man. So they can't pay their employees and so on and so forth. They need loans, all right? So if you can't get your loans to pay off your employees, you wind up collapsing, man. And this is what's going on. And there was another article about the American economy about to collapse like a bubble, man. I was riding on the way down here listening to Peter Schiff talking about how it's not safe to have your gold over here in America, man. They looking for a financial collapse, man. And the Schiff family, these are the same people that's really these finance people, man, from way back in the days, man. So they letting you know off rip, man, that this whole place is set to be destroyed, man.
And there's an article on RT that came out on July 11th. A couple days ago, and it was titled "America is a huge bubble."
Right, that was one of the videos I was speaking on. I did that one. Yep.
You had the chairman. You had the chairman of the Federal Reserve.
Yep.
Blatantly tell you that America is on its way out. The global economy of America is on its way out, man.
And it's inevitable. It's gonna pop.
Man.
It's gonna be way worse than in 2008, man.
That's what he said. The recession that's coming to America, which for those people that don't know, a recession, all right, is a Great Depression, man. All right, and when your economy, all right, collapse, all right, and you got something called hyperinflation, okay, and the goods, all right, is going to be few, so the price, all right, is going to skyrocket, man. All right, because you're not going to be able to go out and get these goods, all right, such as food, all right, and miscellaneous things and things that you need for your children, all right, Pampers, diapers, the little things that people take for granted, tissue, is going to be very precious and vulnerable in these times we're coming into, man. Toothpaste, all right, people are going to be, and especially women, women so dedicated to making sure before they walk out the house they on point. Well, you bitches ain't going to be on fleek in that day, man. Judgment is going to be meeting you, all right? Just wanted to say that.
Hey, if I could add also to that, hey, there was another video I did basically about Donald Trump trying to push for to basically count everybody here in America, man, legal and illegal, man. All right, they were saying they're going to report that back to the Department of Commerce. Now, why is it going back to the Department of Commerce, man? Not to get too far off topic, but the mark of the beast, man. But they're about to collapse this economy, and they want to be able to take account of everybody to be able to get them into this one system, man, to translate this here system, man. All right, so especially all these prophecies are knocking at the door right now, man. We at the end all be all, man.
Back in 2nd Ezra 9, all right, it says, "Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made."
That's exactly what's getting ready to happen. This grand entrance of Yahweh Shemel Shai. These earthquakes, these upwards of the people, these are things that we're looking for his return. All right, these are things he told us and promised us would happen, again, before he returned.
Therefore, when there shall be earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that this the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Most High, this is his story. From the beginning, before the foundation of the earth was created, this story is already written. And the Most High written it down for us, for our learning. This is the comfort, this is the things, so we know what the hell's going on. They fell away, and how we're supposed to come back to our heritage and culture, the Most High didn't document. Esau took away our heritage. He oppressed everybody in our, he oppressed us in our household. And Micah 2:2, he oppressed everybody, took our heritage away. We didn't know who we were. We were a cursed people. But the Most High had mercy on us. He left us the instruction book. And us coming into our remembrance, now we know these things that he told us beforehand that would happen, again, before he set everything in order. Because again, it's about the kingdom of heaven. It's about getting out here. You know, you look around, everybody's happy. You know, I don't say happy. You know, but you know, this is not the end all be all. Like you brought out 2 Ezra 7 chapter. This is not the end all be all. You know, and the Most High is getting ready to show that this has never been his plan for God bless America. Most High was never dealing with this place. That's why it says in Job, if the wicked be multiplied, to be for the sword. So this is exactly what's getting ready to happen. These people walking past, it's just prophecy. That's why we don't care about the ungodly and how they're going to perish. We worry about the godly and inquire how we're going to be saved. Because we don't know. We say Lord's will, because we understand, not even fully how bad it's going to be out here. That's why when faith kicks in, but
hey, if I can say real quick, but these times, hey, we looking at it right now. Right now, you just had that earthquake out there in California, multiple earthquakes out there in California. All right, all these aftershocks, they're planning on these aftershocks to keep going on and on and on. All right, you got that hurricane that's forming down there in Louisiana. I heard last night that they started flooding out there already, man. All right, they're not even prepared for all of that, man. And what's funny is they got a little area over there where they put up these water walls around these Edomites' homes to protect them. All right, but nevertheless, they're the area that's already flooded out, man. All right. So, and that storm it's not really moving fast, which is dangerous, but it's like a Category 1. But the size of it is pretty much multiple state swaths, man. And they projecting it's going to go pretty far up inland and possibly touch back out in the water and come back around like the last time we had, I think it was Hurricane Sandy out here, man. All right, when Louisiana got flooded the first time, because that hurricane came around twice and wound up hitting over in this area, man. But hey, man, the Lord showed us, wrote down all these signs and prophesied about all these signs. And this is the time that we're living in, man, where they're all happening right now, man. All right, the famines are starting to happen across the world. Babylon's allies are turning against them, man. They talk about, I seen on the way down here, Turkey just took delivery of that S-400 system over there, man. That's some big heavy shit going off right now, man. All right.
Turkey was a part of the EU, NATO.
Right. And that's, hey, these are all the prophecies, they coming to pass right now, man.
Revelation 17.
So we not looking for the day of the Lord coming no more, man. We right here in it, man. All right, this is the beginning of all this. You see Jacob's trouble going on down in South America, coming on all the way up to where we at, man. All right, hell is breaking loose all throughout the whole planet Earth, man. All these prophecies are speaking, but this is the things that the Most High told us from the beginning. These are the things we were supposed to be watching for, man. All right, like the book of Habakkuk 2 say, it's like,
you can get it.
Yeah, let me grab it real quick.
Fact, Kwame, you get it, bro. All right. Hey, let Kwame get it.
Come.
Right.
Yeah, because basically, as the time gets closer and closer to that day, it should be easier to believe that this world's getting ready to end. When Apostle Tahar and them came on the scene, that takes a tremendous amount of faith. That's why there are leaders. But right now, you can literally see the return of Yahweh Shai happening. It calls the end of the trial of our faith when he returns, but he's already here. You see shit getting shaken up here and there and everywhere. You see it, so you don't really need to believe that much to know that the times that Most High said are happening right now.
Hey, real quick, I'm not sure if you got to that verse yet, but it says, but the end is manifest. You're going to basically see it. You ain't got there yet already?
Next verse.
All right, so go ahead and get that. Read verse 2 and 3, I think it is. Yeah.
Con.
You can speak.
Yeah, con. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 2. It says, And Yahweh Ba'ashemi Hawashai answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it.
Con. So basically right now, man, just speaking on that, we doing all the hard, laborious work, man. We the ones seeking the news channels, the articles, and going in and out of all these different things, searching the scriptures for all these things. But what? We make it easy for you to run it, that read it, man. All right, we put these videos together. All you do in the comfort of your home is you can sit there and watch it. Then you can simply hit a share button or download and re-upload, man. So it's simple for you to get all these breakdowns, man. You don't have to sit here and study the scriptures for years on end and try to figure out what this is and that is. Hey, man, you got the minute of the Lord in every state, man. If you want, you can come out on the highways and the byways and listen, man, and pick it up. But, I mean, it's even easier because we got the videos, man. You can sit there and hit rewind and go back and hear what we said again over and over and over again. And instead of trying to break it down to one of your other friends, you can just simply hit the share button, man. Share it to them, and then it's easy for them to pick it up, man. Continue on real quick.
And that's St. Matthew 24, the gospel shall be preached.
And then the end shall come.
Yeah, that's right. Verse 3, Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it. Because,
go ahead, it's a lot.
No, you good. Because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
Because that's how a lot of our people think. We've been over here for so long, and they say, oh, the day of the Lord is far off, man. The Lord's going to return. I'll be dead by the time the Lord come, man. And they've always been talking about the end of the world over and over and over again. But what? we see all these signs coming according to the biblical prophecies, man. Wars and rumors of war. Like, we see the RFID chip coming out, man. Before this generation, this time, we never had that technology for these things to be put in place, man. They putting up the 5G system, man. You seeing America's allies, you know, they all pretty much breaking up. You see all these prophecies all coming together at the same time. So what? Though the vision tarry, wait for it, because it shall surely come, man. It's not gonna keep being prolonged. This is the time that it was set for. Just like if you can hear it in the background, all right, there's a train or a trolley that roll up, man. There's people over at the stop, man. They be like, where the train at, man? But the train coming at a appointed time, man. You can't be sitting here right now waiting on the train to pop up right now. You gotta wait till every, 15, 20 minutes they come by, whatever, whatnot. Same with these prophecies, man. It was for an appointed time. But this is the time that was written about, man. All right? Continue on.
Back in 2nd Esdras 9, verse 5. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest.
The end is manifest, meaning it's showing itself, you know, made clear. You know, it's as clear as day that, you know, we are in that time. You know, and the only reason why people in this world are still walking around is the Most High blinded them. You know, that's all it really comes down to. You know, that's why it says, Scripture says, it's plain unto the righteous, but it's a stumbling block unto the wicked. You know, it's plain as day. You know, it says, be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen have dismayed at them. You know, it's clear as day that we're at the end. You know, so it only makes sense that, again, you know, the Scriptures always stand still by itself, because this always has been the truth, and now the truth is being made manifest.
Hey, but also, this is the good news for us and the bad news for them, man. Their kingdom is falling, so what they trembling, they don't want to hear all of that, man.
Exactly.
They don't want to hear that, but we in oppression, we in jail, man. We about to get released. Of course, that's good news to us, man.
Yeah.
But then they're like, oh shit, we about to lose our slaves. You know, we about to get evicted, man. We about to lose all this shit, man. Of course, it's gonna be a bad news and trembling into them, man.
Yeah. It says they're like the deaf adder. They don't want to hear that shit.
Come.
What man would want to hear their kingdom falling? So yeah, I don't think.
Or you read that in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, where he talking about some, damn, is this the man, you know what I'm saying, that we was over here scoffing at and counting his life for, you know, basically for no gain or no profit, you know? We was just shitting on him the whole time, but damn, now he coming up.
How is he numbered amongst the saints?
Come.
I got a precept. It's Matthew 24 and 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Yeah. So that's exactly how it is happening right now. You look around, what are people doing? When they're following, you got a parking lot full of cars, not to hear the word, but to please themselves. You got music over there, you got food, you can do what the hell you want to do, you know, because that's exactly what's happened in the days of Noah. People were, like I said, drinking, marrying, giving to marriage, you know, doing things to please themselves, not knowing the impending dangers that was coming upon this world.
Hey, may I add real quick, what else was happening too? What was Noah doing? Noah was building.
Yeah, that's
And that's what we're doing, you know, Amos 9 and 11. The Lord is raising up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, closing the breaches. So the house of David is being built. So what are we doing? We're building that spiritual ark, man. All right, because instead of rain, all right, instead of water, the Lord said he wasn't going to store the earth with water again, right? But what? The scripture said, Isaiah the 9th chapter, this one shall be what, burning and fuel of fire. So it's going to be raining, but it's going to be raining thermonuclear missiles.
That's
man.
right.
You know, so we're getting ready to spiritually take off in the flow. All right, and what is that spiritual flow? Come up hither, man. You see, Isaiah 26. It says, come up hither, enter into the chambers, and let the wrath pass over, man. You know? So that's what it is.
Matthew 24 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving into marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away.
Yep.
So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Yep. So again, you know, the prophets are on the scene. What's it, 2nd Chronicles, what, 36? Yep. You know, they mocked the prophets. They scoffed at them. You know, because we're the extent of the Most High's compassion, whether you believe it or not. You know, Most High sent us to warn you. You know, and then they shall know a prophet have been among them. You know, but you know, the Most High, again, he wouldn't just, you know, he's a just power. There's a great evil coming upon the earth. So what did you think he would tell you about it? You know, but they want to do the things that please themselves, the flesh.
Speak unto us smooth things.
Yeah, they don't want to hear the truth, you know, because there's no, the light don't abide in them. They love darkness, they love this world, and they want this world to continue. But that's not going to happen. And going into that ark, you know, the brothers get into a spiritual ark. You know, we're lively stones. You know, they can't break this ark. They can't break this next the temple that's coming. We're building a spiritual house. You So that's why, and it again goes into being dismayed, spiritually discerned. Right here in front of you is the kingdom of heaven. Because the Most High said the kingdom of heaven dwells within us.
This is Jeremiah chapter 44. I'm going to start at verse 2. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Bashimi Awashai, the power of Israel, ye have seen all the evil that I have brought upon Jerusalem and upon all the cities of Judah. And behold, this day they are desolate. This day they are desolation, and no man dwelleth therein, because of their wickedness which they have committed to provoke me to anger, and that they went burning incense and serving other gods.
So that's basically the whole point why we're here in the first place. We made the Most High angry, continually after captivity. We disappointed the Most High and moved him around till we kicked us out of the Holy Land and scattered us abroad. And it doesn't change. The Most High is still angry at his people. Hey, we're trying to abide in his mercy. We're abiding, seeking him early, so you don't be mad at us. But the rest of our people are getting ready to be judged. That goes into 1 Peter, the 4th chapter, 17th verse. Judgment shall begin first in the house of Israel. Most High he's not covering their sins, because their disobedience has caused them to stay away from the Most High, so they're going to be judged and cast away.
Verse 4. Let's swap verse 3. Because of their wickedness which they have committed to provoke me to anger, and that they went to burn incense and to serve other gods whom they knew not, neither they, you, nor your fathers. Verse 4. Howbeit I sent unto you all my servants, the prophets, rising early and sending them, saying, oh, do not this abominable thing that I hate. But they hearken not, nor incline their ear.
Kind of go to show you, we were hired, man. All right, servants to come out here and proclaim the message of Yahweh Bashimi Awashai, man. So all you brothers out there that's wavering in the truth, if you a servant, you were hired to do a job. What you expect to get that payment, man? So we gonna get that payment. The Lord is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, man. All right. That's what happened. I raise up servants daily, man. Here it is. We in a hot-ass sun, man. It's burning, scorching hot. Brothers sweating. Brothers probably in the winter. Brothers cold as hell. In season, out of season, man. All right. So that's really what it's all about, man. The elect. Because 2/3 of scriptures tell you 2/3 were blinded, man. Go out and speak to those that will hear, man. Convert their souls. But to the other ones, man, mark them, man. All right? So they have no cloak for their sins, man. Okay, these are the times we living in. The building up and the restoration of the house of David, man. But y'all shout dawadah, man. Okay?
Yeah, because that's why the Most High said it pleases him by the foolishness of preaching to save those who believe. It's hot as hell. We got these garments on. We look like idiots to the people of the world, but it pleases the Most High. We're here to please the Most High. We're servants.
Hey, and we out here off faith.
That's right, man.
You know? Off faith.
Hey, we ain't seen our chariot ticket. We ain't seen our seat number on the chariot,
Nobody
so.
came and guaranteed us
Right.
a ticket, man.
But at the same time, like the scriptures say, make your body a living sacrifice, man.
We out here off faith.
This is what we out here doing, man. All right, we sacrificing a lot of different things, or so we think that we sacrificing, because what the scriptures say, what should we have that gave up all these things in the world? Hey, but the Lord said you're going to get back 100-fold, so we really not even sacrificing nothing, man. This is our reasonable service.
And did not Paul say, I count all that is dung?
Yeah.
That I may win Yahweh Shai,
Right.
man?
I want mine in righteousness. I don't want it in wickedness. Everything out here tainted anyway, man.
Yeah.
So basically what you see out here in the highways and byways is a perfect example of faith. Faith is a substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
And what we hope for the riches, we hope for the kingdom of heaven. We hope for a new body. We hope to dwell righteously, man. That's all we out here are for hope, man. Hope
and faith,
man. Go hand in hand. You got something, Paul?
Yeah, real
All
quick.
right,
This is First Corinthians chapter 4, verse 10. Get right to the point. It says, verse 9. For I think that the Most High have set forth us, the apostles last, as it were proved to death, for we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men. We are fools for Hamashiach's sake, but ye are wise in Christ. We are weak, but ye are strong. Ye are honorable.
Time. And the scriptures say faith is a gift. If the Lord wouldn't have gave us that gift of faith, we wouldn't be out here, bro.
Not all men have faith.
Yeah, we wouldn't be out here, bro. You know? But the Lord gave us that gift of faith to believe that, okay, we are a spectacle unto the earth, unto the world. Angels are sitting here ministered around us and watching us. That our works are being accounted for in the heavens, man. That all takes faith, bro. Because ain't nobody gonna come out here just, come on. They ain't gonna last long. They can come out here, but they're not gonna last long. They're not gonna root. They're not gonna take root. Okay?
Yeah, the faith is that invisible driving force. You know, you see
Yes.
men out here, you know, what is moving these men to come out here so diligently every single day in and day out, week in and week out for years upon years, dedicating their lives to all these things. It's because there's an energy force pushing these men. And that's the faith. And again, the definition of faith was in Hebrews 11, the first verse.
Which that faith, it is impossible to please the Most High without, man. If you don't have faith, then you are unpleasurable in the sight of Yahweh Shai, man. All right, so that's a gift. So with that gift, you got to put that gift to use, man. You know?
Because again, we wouldn't be out here if it wasn't for faith. You know, we look like fools. You know, the flesh will get you, and you'll just vacate out of here. You know, without that faith, you wouldn't be out.
And if I may say this too, real quick, trust, faith and trust, all right, also go hand in hand. So without faith, it is impossible to please Him. So you gotta trust in the Most High. Imagine somebody you dealing with, let's say a woman, for course, she don't trust you. How that's gonna make you feel? Or even going to someone's store, shopping, they looking at you. How that make you feel? What, you showing you don't trust me while I'm still out your store, right? So what? That's the same way the Most High look at someone that don't have faith or trust in Him. They don't believe. Like he has no pleasure in you, man. That's why you can't serve Him without faith. You don't trust me, right? That's how imagine how the Most High feel. You don't trust me, right? I told you that I was gonna give you these things. I told you that I was gonna. Hey, in 6 troubles, all right, in 7.
You will be delivered.
You're gonna be delivered. No evil shall touch thee. So you don't believe that? And that's going into doubt, man. And I went to that word doubt the other day. All right, I was gonna do an individual lesson on it. But that word doubt, if you see how doubt is spelled, it's D-O-U-B-T, doubt. D-O-U, duo. What does duo mean? 2, right? So when you doubt,
Double-minded.
double-minded. Going back to James 1:1. Not James 1:1, but James the 1st chapter. James 1. Doubt, you double-minded. And what mean double-minded? What? Either you believe or you don't believe. That's the double-minded. Do you believe or you don't believe? That's doubt, man. All right? Being double-minded, doubt literally means 2. You wavering, you're not sure of, man. Choose one. Right? You gotta choose one. That's what the Most High, you gotta choose one. Either you're gonna believe me or you not, man. And that's being lukewarm and being on fire. Hot or cold. That's why the Lord say hot or cold. That's why he gave you the 2 options.
Yeah, that's it.
Hot or cold. And what cold is not believing, hot is believing, man. All right? Either you're gonna believe or you're not gonna believe. Duo. And that's where doubt comes in. You doubtful.
Halfway in, half
You
out.
out here, why? And that it goes show you who believe and who don't believe. Because niggas that's lukewarm or cold, they're not gonna be out here on the highways and byways, right? So if you're not gonna be out here on the highways and byways, that clearly means what? You don't believe. So we out here hot, right? Because we believe. We believe, man, and that's the exact reason why we out here. All right. So if you out here and you don't believe, man, eventually you're just gonna fall by the wayside, man. You know.
Yeah, because unbelief is an evil thing in the sight of the Most High.
Yeah.
And a heart of unbelief. That's an evil heart of unbelief.
Hey, the scripture says second Ezra, let all the unfaithful die in their unfaithfulness.
Yeah,
man.
Revelations is the 20th chapter talks about the people that have the portion elect that burn for fire. Unbelievers is one of those things.
Unbelievers, yeah.
You know, so that's evil, and that goes into rebellion. You know, because you're resisting and going against the will of the Most High. You don't believe.
And going back to the topic, as in the days of Noah were, we out here prophesying to those that believe that's gonna come into the fold. They out here in the world walking right past us. Why? Because they don't believe.
Cut.
They come up and listen. They listen. Oh, I doubt that. What they say? Oh, I doubt that.
Yeah.
I doubt it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's doubt. You doubt that the destruction will come. Double-minded. You know? You doubt it. And then that go into wavering. when you wavering, what? That also means you're double-minded. Because one minute you believe, the next minute you don't. That's why the scriptures say, all right, eat the whole roll, man. Because when you eat the whole roll, that ain't double-minded. You ain't on both sides. Okay, I'm going to eat this, but I'm not going to eat this. I'm going to believe in this, but I'm not going to believe in that. That's being double-minded, man. The Lord hate that, man.
Hey, and to go on with what you said, I was so your pa through the Spirit. You know, if you look at it in lack of better terms, that's like the Heavenly Father. You know, that's like your Father. You know, cooking you or preparing a meal. You know, making a meal. Here it is. The Father got, you know, your dad done cooked you, you know, macaroni and cheese. You know, green peas, spinach and shit. What Jake do? Jake get the plate. Jake want to eat the chicken. Right? Jake go straight to the chicken. You know, Jake eat all the macaroni and cheese. Tear the collard greens up, and he looking at the spinach like, I don't want that, you know? And then what? Jake throw the plate away. Jake ain't eat the whole roll. Jake ain't want to eat the whole meal, man. And that's what our people do, man. They go straight, they want the sweet, but not the bitter, man. You gotta take the good and the bad, you gotta take the whole thing, all right? And that's what choosing this day who you will serve, man. You know? Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, or your own belly. And that's why Yahweh Shai said in the book of St. John, the 6th chapter, labor not for the meat which perisheth, man, but for the meat that endured into everlasting life, man. You know?
Back in Matthew 24, for as in the days of Noah were, before the flood, they were eating and drinking, drinking, marrying, and giving into marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Yeah, that's why, you know, we was talking about when we first put up at the brother's house, you know, about the house of mourning, you know, versus the house of mirth. You know, this world is in the house of mirth. That's why their hearts are pure evil. You know, they're in their liberty. They can do what they want to do. You know, yeah, their hearts now nowhere near the Most High because they're full. You know, they don't need nothing. You know, when we're being deprived of certain stuff, when we're mourning, the Most High chastening us is supposed to tighten our bond with the Most High. That's why I said, if you without chastening, you are a bastard. People are bastards. The Most High don't claim none of them. That's why they walk past, because the Most High don't care about them. So we don't care about them either, because we're only here for the elect. The people that are going to be on that ark. You know, but in this time, being these chariots, you know, when the Most High beams us up, those who are on the
It says, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away.
Yep.
So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Yeah, because people only want to make action when shit's in front of them. You know, when they're literally in their adversity, when they crash a car, they didn't want to say, oh God, you know, this shit fucking fucked up, and now you want to call to the Most High. You know, you're on your last breath, and then, you know, you want to call to the Most High. You know, where is you calling on the Most High when you weren't in that car accident, when you weren't being judged? And that's our people in a nutshell. They always want to do everything last minute. They always want to do everything half-assed. They don't take nothing serious until it's time to take it serious, and then it's already too late. You know, they want to come to a test and go on test day thinking they're going to get a straight A. They didn't study. They didn't read nothing. They didn't do anything, and they expect a positive outcome. You know, even in science, that don't work. You know, and in the worlds of science, that does not work. You know, negative and a negative is, or negative is positive. Negative and positive, whatever. There's positive charges. You know, it doesn't work. You know, if you're gonna put in something, you're gonna get out of something. If you don't put in nothing, you're not gonna get nothing. So how can you be in the world and expect salvation? You know, that's right.
Hey, the scripture said, if we suffer with him, shall we not reign with him? You know? Reading on, it says, 2 women shall be grinding at the mill, and one shall be taken and the other left.
Again, not a lot of people are going to make it out here. You know, there be many that shall perish, and then that shall be saved. You know, this world is for many. You look around, there's people the world's for many. It's plain that the world to come is be for few. Again, not a lot of people are going to be saved. They compare them to a drop to a wave. You know, a lot of people are getting ready to perish. And that's the will of the Heavenly Father. You know, there's only so many honorable vessels here on this earth that the Most High is going to call up to salvation and turn to His rest. You know, because the rest of everybody else is just defiled, and the Most High don't want them to be great.
Hey, real quick, to give a quick comparison, looking around, it's a bunch of people out here. I don't know if you can see them, but there's a bunch of people out here, but they all living it up, man. All right, that might be a little high up on there, but there's people walking around out here. You know, they all living their little life or whatever. But nevertheless, it's only us out here that's preaching right now, right? So look, that's pretty much like the same comparison as far as this world is made for many right now, but what? The world will come for few, man. All right, only those that's out here laboring for this is going to wind up inheriting the kingdom of heaven. Well, all of Israel is going to ultimately inherit it, but what? We striving to be the first fruits, all right, to inherit the kingdom of heaven, man. All right?
Yeah, hey, if I may add, real quick, you know, this is a test that, because at school, you got people that cheat, but this is a test where, like as the scriptures say, only one man can enter in. So this is a test where you got to do your own individual study, man. You got to do your own individual work. You got to be putting in the grind, man. When you get in class, you can't be fucking around. All right. This is an individual test, and only you can pass that test, man. You can't cheat your way on the chariot, bro. You can't hold another brother's. Brothers always say that. You can't grab another brother's chariot. You can't hold on a brother's chariot to the kingdom, man. You got to be able to do your own work, man. Because that's what's gonna get you salvation. Work out your own salvation.
Hey, the Most High see everything that's going on, man. All right, he like the ultimate boss, where everybody down there on the floor working, all right? And he see who's working and who's not working, and you trying to go collect your paycheck, all right, after the project getting done or whatever, and you over at the table trying to collect your ticket, but the boss is looking down saying, look, I know that you didn't put in no work. I know that these brothers was over there building it and laboring for this here thing, man. You just trying to come in with the crowd to get paid as well too, man. You didn't put in on this, man.
That's right. You ain't put in on this, man.
Hey, because that's our people, real quick. When they was naming the mighty men, I forgot who it was, but it's basically his hand clave to his sword.
Oh yeah, David's mighty men. I think Dodo.
People in the cave for the spoils.
Yeah.
That shit ain't gonna happen this time.
Yeah.
There could be nothing left.
Yeah.
This is Isaiah chapter 50, verse 1. Thus saith Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, where is the bill of your mother's divorcement, whom I put away?
So this is Lord talking to the nation of Israel. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and also you confusion of faces, man. Those are you scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, all right? Whether you be in Africa, Central, South America, North America, Canada, Alaska, all right? Madagascar, Australia, Asia, Russia, Germany, all right? Throughout all the world. This is the Lord speaking to you, man. If your spirit resonates with this truth, with this word, and you're able to understand it, the Lord is speaking unto you, man. Because it's very well, all right, that you may be a Hebrew Israelite, man. You can call on the name of the Lord, all right? You believe, and your spirit resonate with this word that we are putting out, all right? This is talking to you, man, all right? Because contrary to popular beliefs in Israel, all right, here at Great Millstone, according to the scriptures, we teach, all right, that Israelites are going to come out looking like all nations, man. So this is the Lord speaking unto you, man. Go ahead.
It says, thus saith Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, where is the bill of your mother's divorcement, whom I have put away? Or which of my creditors is it to whom I have sold you? Behold, for your iniquities have you sold yourselves.
So the Lord is saying it wasn't blamed on this person or that person. That's why he gave the parable. All right, where's pretty much the receipt of the divorcement of your mother? So it wasn't according to all the people around you. It wasn't according to other nations, but because of your iniquities, us transgressing against Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. That's what got us in the predicament that we in. All right. Can you give me that in Psalms where it says, deliver me from the strange children? Do a Google search or something like that. Bible try and find it. That's what us got us in the hands of these so-called white people, man. Esau, Edom. All right, got us subject unto payments. Us ourselves got us in this predicament, man, due to the flesh. All right. Go ahead. You got a
quick one. This is Micah chapter 7, verse 9. I will bear the indignation of Yahweh because I have sinned against him until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me. And he will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness.
So this is Micah, prophet of the Lord. He give you that example. The scriptures say all scripture was written for our learning, man. All right? And it's profitable for doctrine. Okay? Roughly paraphrasing. So Micah letting you know, okay, we got to bear the indignation of the Most High because we trespassed against him, man. Okay? That's why we out here. So when you catching hell and all these things are coming upon you, know that, hey, this is just, the judgment of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. I got to bear this, man. I sinned against him. Whether it was in this life, whether it was in your past reincarnation, or whether it's in the other past reincarnation. just know that you have to be tried, man. You have to, all sin shall be accounted for. Okay?
You gotta serve that sentence.
Exactly. Go ahead. That was it on that?
That was it on that.
All right, go ahead, out.
Con. It says, for your transgressions is your mother put away.
Exactly. For our transgressions, our mother put away. What? Our forefathers. Okay? The sins of our forefathers, we bearing them. Why? Because we are them reincarnated. Now, give me that real quick, Bubba Shot.
Con, this is Psalm 144 and verse 11. Rid me and deliver me from the hand of strange children.
The hands of strange children, these heathen nations, man. That's what David's saying, rid me from the hands of strange children. Because we're in captivity, all right? We look over here, we see Elam, all right, you so-called East Indians, Ishmael, you Arabs, and most of all, Esau, Edom, our arch enemy, man. Our brother, okay, our evil twin brother. Fraternal twin brother, Esau, Edom, man, okay? The so-called white man. Go ahead.
Con.
I'll finish the rest of the precepts, lucky. So Psalm 144, we finish up verse 11. Whose mouth speaketh vanity, and the right hand is as a right hand of falsehood.
Yeah, and the right hand is supposed to what? Representation of righteousness, man. And his right hand speak of falsehood. Because everything about the so-called white man is a lie. From vaccinations to his pseudoscience. Okay?
And who he is, who we are.
Exactly, who he is, the identification of the nation's identity theft. All right? There's no truth in him.
Hey,
So
I was gonna say they painted the likeness of their own images. All right? Iconoclasm, man. History, everything is
Deception.
Deception, man.
In one word, deception.
Yeah.
Satan, which was why we call him the devil.
Yep.
The deceiver, man.
Yep.
Deception. Master of deception, man. So David was asking the Lord, deliver us from these strange children, man.
These devils.
These devils. Like, damn, these, like, and another reason for strange, what? Strangers. Well, when you go to Israelite foreigners, strange, why are they strangers? Because they're going after the customs of the other nations, right? So what? We over here in this nation, and we looking at, like, damn, like, we looking at Esau, his behavior and the things he do. Like, what you seen out of article 3D printing meat or something?
Oh, yeah, that's abomination.
Strange.
Yeah, bro.
You know, it's strange. We know a cow to have a offspring, and for that to grow up, all right, according to the scriptures say, eat it not in the milk, meaning eat it not, what's
Veal. Like veal.
water? What's it called?
Veal.
Veal, right? You got a thing called veal, where it's baby cow. The scriptures say, eat it not in the milk. An interpretation of that is eat it not as a baby, not no dairy, okay? Eat it not as a baby, man. And what? The so-called white man, he sells veal, right? Which is baby cow. What? The Lord is righteous, man, right? They're going to show you the compassion of the Heavenly Father. Let it grow up. Let it get old. Like, let it come to a full adult. Why kill it as a young babe? And also, too, if you really go into that and look at the science behind the scriptures, all right? The knowledge behind the Heavenly Father with his laws, why kill as a baby? It can bring forth milk, right? You can get resources from it before you actually put it to death and eat it.
You can
reproduce
it.
Right? If it's a male, you can grow him up and you can allow him to plant seeds so you can get more cows. But when you eat it as veal, as a baby cow, what profit is that? Right? What profit is that? That's right, the so-called white man. Go ahead.
Hey, but really, that's going into Esau all day long, man. He can't wait for nothing. He ain't patient.
Yeah.
He can't wait to get his meal. Just
No
like
faith.
he sold his morsel, his birthright for one morsel of meat. But
Yeah.
then, nevertheless, you know what I'm saying? The same way, man. He want to have it, not before he can have it fully cooked. Same way with the damn baby cow, man. Oh, let me just go ahead and get it right now instead of letting it grow up.
Well, hey, scripture say, woe to you have lost patience. Esau lost his patience
Long time ago.
long time ago, man.
And that slowly goes into him saying he don't need the Most High.
Yeah.
You know, getting rid of animals, getting rid of life itself, and then having everything on the damn computer. You know, having holographic meat and shit, probably that.
And that goes back to
Go ahead.
No, that goes back to what you just said. Speaking of that, that goes back to the Telecommunication Acts in the early 1900s, man. All right, basically everything goes back to a supercomputer, man. All right, and this is what this devil, Esau Edom, the so-called white man. All right, the biblical red Hebrew Edomites. All right, this is what this man want to do. This man want everybody to go back into a supercomputer, man. All right, he wants you in technology. All right,
Cyborgs.
Cyborgs, man. All right, he no longer feels the need of a human being.
so he can be the ultimate God.
As he is God, man. That's right.
Because
All right.
if transhumanism, if he links you to a computer, that goes, he can control you.
That's right, man.
You know? All right?
That's Isaiah 14. I should be like the Most High.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Recreating everything, GMOs and ultimately human beings, man. Atmospheres and things like that, man. Chemtrail skies, man. We ain't supposed to be living like this, man.
Hey, and that go back to what David said, deliver me from these strange children.
Yeah,
It's strange.
it's some bullshit.
Because it's a curse, you know, that we've been delivered here. This is Jeremiah chapter 16 and verse 13. Therefore will I cast you out of this land into a land that ye know not.
And that's a strange land, right? Which our fathers never knew. Okay? Strange gods. Okay, go ahead.
Neither nor your fathers, and there shall ye serve other gods day and night, where I will not shew you favor.
And we not being showed, we can clearly see we not being showed favor in this land, man. Right? Last hired, first fired, right? You know? The Lord said he would not show us favor. So going back to what David said, deliver me from these strange children. What's strange? Everything according to the laws. That's why they call them strangers, scattered abroad. So why? Because they're not going according to the laws. When we look at these big ass skyscrapers, that's strange. Why? Because it's contrary to the scriptures, right? When you look at different fabrics, 70% polyester, 30% cotton. That's strange. Because why? Like, what is it? Is it cotton or is it polyester? What is it? That's strange, man. It's supposed to be one garment, not diverse. So what? Deliver me from these strange children. You got Moab eating a squid, right? Gumbo, squid, and it's eels and shit moving.
Getting stuck to their face while they eating.
Yeah, while eating. You know what I mean? So hey, we gotta be delivered from these strange children, man. All right. So what? That strangeness can get up off our people, and they can come back into more familiar with Yahweh Shem Shai, man, and a heritage, man. Okay. Go ahead. Hey,
speaking on the strange children, we were just kind of going through this in the class the other day about, you know, about how this here kingdom was diverse from all the other kingdoms, all right? When you really go into it, how this here kingdom, Babylon, is way different from all the other kingdoms beforehand, not only because they used to have kings and stuff like that, now they got a senate and everything, but really you got all these different philosophies and so on and so forth here in Babylon, man. You can be whatever you want to be here except for an Israelite, man. All right, but when you go back to our old captivities, we always knew we was Israelites back in those captivities, man. All right, we still had our laws, our statutes, commandments. Sometimes we would get put to death, like Daniel and them. They was talking about them. That's why they got pretty much persecuted, because they came up with a new law and things like that. All right, but what? We still knew who we were. We still had our laws, statutes, commandments inside of us, man. But now we in this here strange land amongst these strangers, and now we have to pick up all these strange customs, man. All right, we have to be all these different things. This is basically abominations to us, man. And this was really bugging us out, man, because we noticed certain things is wrong with certain things, man. All right, growing up as a child, man, nobody really had to tell me homosexuality was something wrong, man. We just knew as little kids, we were like, ugh, you gay. You know what I'm saying? That was like,
strange.
That's strange. You know, you didn't even really know how you say sex is at that point in time, but you just know if you're doing some wrong shit, you're like, that's just not normal. I grew up seeing my mom and my dad, not two dads in the same damn house together, man. I see my dad with his male friends, but they don't act like how my mom and my dad act, man. All right?
If you notice, you'll see a little kid, if he see, he'll just be staring like...
Yeah,
like,
bug the fuck out.
Yeah, he'll be like, damn, like, two dudes are just kissing. You know? So even a little kid notice like that shit is off, man. Human nature, man. Okay? Go ahead.
Khan, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 50, verse 2. Wherefore, when I came, was there no man? When I called, was there none to answer?
Yeah, so when Yahweh Shem Shai called, there was none to answer. So when he set up his servants to go out there and prophesy unto you week in and week out, nobody answered. Nobody came to the call, man. But here it is in these last days, which is why the Lord say he shall have mercy upon his elect. In these last days, wherever point in time, wherever walk of life you was at, obviously the Lord called you and what? You're here now. So you answered that call, all right? And the U.S. military like to use the scriptures, or answer the calling, right? They're calling for Marines and whatever, man, okay? The Lord is calling for his men, man, to raise up for righteousness, man, because why? First and foremost, this is a spiritual warfare between good and evil, right? That's where it all begins at, good and evil. Spiritual warfare, a war that people can't see. A carnal mind cannot comprehend or see these things, man. But we are a spiritual war. So what? We being called to the battle. What? The war against truth and falsehood. Why? Because the devil has put out lies, deception. So what is our main weapon? The truth, which is what? The word. Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is the truth. John 17:17, if I'm not mistaken. All right. So that's our weapon against these falsehoods, man. And that's our job. What is 2 Corinthians 10? Casting down strongholds, the imagination of everything that exalts itself above the knowledge of the Most High, with truth. All right. And then once you defeat clearly the spiritual battle, we're winning it. Right? And then what? Everything manifests physically. So once we defeat them spiritually, which we are winning, physically, it's gonna take hold. Right? Because Yahweh shall receive the kingdom in the heavens. Because all things begin in the heavens first, spiritually, and then it's sent down to physically manifest. So what? Yahweh shall receive the kingdom up there. Jeremiah 17, it's like it. John 17. I wish they was up here with me so they can behold my glory. So they can see, all right, the things that I have obtained for overcoming the world while I was there. On this horizon, man. On this terrestrial. Now he in a celestial, right? Terrestrial means terrain.
Yep.
Celestial, the ceiling means up in the heavens, man. Right?
Yep.
Okay? So we're winning the spiritual war. Wanna know why? Because who's coming up against us, man? Right? Esau, Edom can do nothing but get carnal now. Demonization, man. Right? Pay certain people off. Because why? Can't infiltrate the truth. What they're saying is truth. How can you come up with the truth with lies? The lies cannot come up against truth, man. Right? Truth automatically neutralizes lies, man. There's no way. So we're winning the spiritual war.
Hey, if I can say, really, like the scriptures say, man, everybody is coming up against us, but like the scriptures say, those that try to trouble themselves against Jerusalem, man, they're going to be cut in pieces, man. As you can see, we got people out here that be coming up against us and whatever, whatnot, but at the end of the day, after the smoke clear, man, the Lord's servants still prevail, man. All right, we still here to this day, man. We still pushing. No matter how many different scoffers come up, no matter, the scenarios going around, the ailments that we have, or whatever it is, man, we still here at the end of the day, still pushing the word of the Lord, man. All right? Who can be against us if the Lord is with us? All right? You can come up against us, but it ain't no prevailing against it, man. Just like how the damn devil gonna fight up against the Lord at the end of the day, but it ain't, hey, that's just to his own destruction, man. All right? If I can grab one precept, you're talking about just starting a spirit and it's an army. This is Ezekiel 37:10. It says, so I prophesied as he commanded me, and breath came into them, and they lived and stood upon their feet, an exceedingly great army. Going into what? The valley of the dry bones, like the brother was saying, it all starts spiritually before it becomes physically, man. And just like mostly all the brothers that's out here that's pushing on the highways and the byways, what? You first heard this word probably on the internet somewhere, man. All right, you heard it first on the internet, and it started resonating in your mind first, man. Before you actually got up and physically took that step forward to go ahead and do this here work, man. Even still showing that it started in the spirit first, man. You started thinking about it first, man. Then you physically got up and then you started getting your scriptures together, writing down things and looking up things, man. So ultimately you out here on the highways and the byways preaching, man. And this is gonna finally, manifest into us getting the first fruits, being the first fruits, getting into the kingdom of heaven, man. We the ones out here fighting for this kingdom of heaven, man. We the ones chanting down this here wicked, oppressive kingdom, man. All right? Like the brother brought out earlier, man, the Lord is not unrighteous to forget your works and your labor of love. All right? What you showed towards his name by prophesying to the saints, man. All right? But nevertheless, continue on.
It says, when I called, was there none to answer? Is my hand shortened at all that it cannot redeem?
So when the Lord called, what? He calling for what? For all you come back to righteousness so he can save and redeem you, man. All right? Read it again, Baba Sean, go ahead.
God, it says, is my hand shortened at all that it cannot redeem?
God, so is the Most High short, his hand shortened at all that he cannot redeem us, man, from this current slavery, man? From the different captivities that we was in? Is his hand shortened that he cannot receive? He asking a rhetorical question. But no one answered his calling, man. Go ahead.
God. Or have I no power to deliver?
Damn. Like he asked it, oh, have I no power to deliver?
You think I can't reach you?
Yeah, come on. Go ahead.
That's bad. Behold, at my rebuke I dry up the sea.
At his rebuke, I dry up the sea, man.
Damn.
Right? The Lord said, at my rebuke, I dry up the sea. All right? Make all their, what say Isaiah the 47th chapter, I shall dry up all their pools, man. Those are the plagues and the famine that the Heavenly Father is going to send upon the earth, man. Right? Whether it's not enough water or whether it's too much water, right? Up there in the Midwest, y'all is flooding.
Yeah, Mississippi. Yeah.
Mississippi, get ready for a mass famine, man. All right? Because why? If it's too much, it's a plague. If it's too much water, it's a plague. If it's too less, it's a plague. Because why? The Lord is a just balance. So if it's too much of something, it's a plague, man. All right? Go ahead.
That's right.
Because why? That go forth to show you the Lord is trying to restore a balance, man. If he gives too much water, what? He's flooding out your crops. If he gives too less water, he's starving out your crops. So what? What's the balance that he's trying to obtain? Obviously, where that water is dwelling, there's wicked people dwelling amongst itself. Because the land cannot be wicked, but the people surrounding and inhabiting the land are wicked, man. All right? Isaiah the 24th chapter. The inhabitants of the earth have defiled it. So what? The Lord had to bring forth the balance. Wicked and evilness, so what? I got to send a plague upon it, man, to send out the balance, to humble. Right? That's why the Lord has to send forth judgment. The Lord has to send forth affliction. Because why? You're going to have some people that's going to acknowledge that, right? And repent. Exactly. So he has to send forth these things. And all that, and that's the purging. And all that don't repent, therefore the plagues are going to cleave onto them and overtake them, man. Right? But he's going to separate. That's why destruction and misery and turmoil has to come. So he can separate those that are going to repent and those that are not. So what? Those that not going to repent are going to be left within those plagues, and those not, he's going to pull out and therefore make forth the separation, man. All right? You have some dog? All right, go ahead.
Con. It says, behold, at my rebuke, I dry up the sea. I make the rivers a wilderness.
The Lord shall make your rivers a wilderness, man. That's the Heavenly Father, right?
Hey, real quick, Z brought it back out. I just want to read this one verse, man. This is Psalms 46 and 6. It says, the heathen raged, the kingdoms was moved. He uttered his voice, the earth melted, man. Hey, man, the Most High is not playing, man. Like the brother going into, bringing out these things about how much higher the Most High is to the rest of these people out here, man. Hey, man, you should be hearkening into these things that's coming around, all these signs that the Most High is showing forth, these judgment signs that's going out, man. But what, like the scriptures say, man, hey, most of these people, they're not going to repent. Neither were they sorry, man. They're going to just keep increasing in their folly, man. And this is why they're going to get the damn destruction they're going to get, man.
That's right. Con, it says, their fish stinketh because there is no water and dieth for thirst. I clothe the heavens with blackness.
Yep.
And I make sackcloth their covering.
Yep. Wait, start over, Baba Shah.
Con. Isaiah 50 verse 3. It says, I clothe the heavens with blackness.
The Lord clothed the heavens. What? Going back to Isaiah 45 and 17. I made light and create darkness. I made peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. All right? So I clothe the heavens with blackness. Go ahead.
Con. It says, and I make sackcloth their covering.
And I make sackcloth their covering. Go ahead.
Con. Verse 4.
And sackcloth their covering. When you in sackcloth, why? That's in a state of mourning. So the Lord say, I make you people mourn, man. I'm going to bring mourning. You want to see how the Lord going to bring mourning? The Lord, it's an easy thing for the Lord to bring mourning, man.
Hey, them missiles when they rain down.
The Lord say you have received benefits and have not known me. You not know within a flip of a hand, I can come down and dry up your rivers, man. All right? And waste your lakes and your water and destroy your crops, send a pestilence. All right? Locusts to eat up your crops, man. Right? Because look, no matter how modern things get, right? We can start having flying cars. But at the end of the day, the natural way of life, these leaves, these trees, we still reside on those things. All right? No matter how sophisticated a Ferrari or Bugatti may get, it still needs the natural minerals of the earth. It still needs oil, right? No matter how sophisticated a Bugatti can cost millions of dollars, but it still needs oil to lubricate that system. So what? You still need the earth, Right, so no matter how far man advance, it still has to go back to the Most High to be able to conduct those, those materials. Go ahead.
One even better, man. You got that $2.2 million Bugatti, man. Guess where it would be if you ain't had no water in that bad boy, man? It's gonna overheat and you gonna blow the engine, man. All right, so going into just your natural elements and things like that, how you got all this sophisticated stuff, man. Where would you be without the water to put inside the car to keep the radiator to keep your car cool, man? All right, you'd be on the side of the goddamn road, man.
Yep. So you still need the natural elements, all right, to conduct these machinery, right? Because check it out. Even though Esau might put his man-made chemicals within the antifreeze, they still call it water. Because you can put water in there momentarily, right?
Well, you
As
can do
antifreeze,
that.
Substitute it. Just put water in there. Let's say you on the side of the road and your car overheating and you low, but you have a gallon of water. You can pour a gallon of water there momentarily until you get to the antifreeze, man.
Well, you can really do that all the way out here in Florida. It's just in them states where water freezes. If you like up north where the water freezes, that's when you want antifreeze. But really,
exactly.
if you live down here in the
Right.
south, you don't even need antifreeze.
Yeah,
Just dump water in
all
there.
it does is it just progresses the corrosion if you just use
Right,
water.
right.
So that's why they have additives and
Right.
shit in it. But literally the base of it is water. The base of everything, whether it's lotion, whatever, is water. That's the base, right, of everything. So regardless of how sophisticated men get, they still got to rely on the Most High. So that's why the Most High is saying, man, I turn their garments into sackcloth, right? Because the Most High can make you have a bad day within seconds, man. You don't know who you're dealing with,
Right.
okay? Go ahead.
Point in time.
Exactly.
Verse 4, Isaiah 50, verse 4. The Lord God, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, have given me the tongue of the learned.
So this is Isaiah. The Lord has given me the tongue of the learned. And that's us all speaking right now. The Lord has given us the tongue of the learned. That's how we out here to stand upon our feet in great boldness, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai and prophesy unto you these things, man. Because the Lord has showed his knowledge and his secrets unto us. Go ahead.
That I should know how to both speak. That I should know how to speak a word in season.
In season. And we speaking the words in season. We letting you know, man. Answer the Lord. Because great judgment is coming. All these things that we're speaking are in season, man. Go ahead.
To him that is weary, he wakeneth morning by morning. He wakeneth mine ear to hear as the learned.
Yep.
Verse 5.
Because we were weary, but he wakened our spirit to hear, right? Weak as hell, but the Lord has opened up our ears to hear, man, his words, man, and to receive and understand his knowledge. All right? Go ahead.
Verse 5. The Lord God, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, openeth mine ear, and I was not rebellious, neither turned away back. I gave my back to the smiters.
So the Lord opened, rebuked us no matter how it was. You was watching a video and got your ass cut up.
Yes.
You niggas need to stop smoking.
Yes.
You niggas need to stop doing this and doing that, or wherever. Why you opened your ear onto that and that fear, like, damn, they right. But that's the Lord, the Spirit of the Lord opened up your ears to hear these things, man. Hey, the Lord's gonna put you to death, man, if you don't turn from your ways. That's the Lord opening up his ears, man. Opening up our ears so we can hear, man.
I got it.
Go ahead.
So, Jeremiah chapter 3 and verse 14. Turn, O backsliding children, saith the Lord Yahweh.
And it's the Lord calling again. Turn, O backsliding children, what? By the voice of the prophet Jeremiah. All right? Turn, O backsliding children. You can't say the Lord haven't gave us, going back to countless prophets rising up. But let me raise up Jeremiah to go out and speak to these niggas, man. Let me raise up Isaiah to go out and speak to these niggas. Let me raise up Moses to go out and speak to the children of Israel. Come on. The Lord is constantly raising up prophets and judges and servants, man, to go out there and prophesy unto these people. Gods, if you will, judges, man. Okay? Go ahead.
Oh, you brought this out earlier. This is great. You said scattering strangers. So Jeremiah, read again. Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 14. Turn, O backsliding children, saith the Lord Yahweh, for I am married unto you.
The Lord say, I'm married unto you. What? A covenant, a promise. Because when you marry, that's a covenant.
You join together.
Join together, right? Esau do it cornerly. Come sign these papers. So to show you that for what a covenant, paperwork, contract, right? So it's a contract. What's the contract? Hold that. Give me hold that. Baba Kashah. Give me Leviticus 26 and 46. Baba Kashah. Right? So how's the Lord married unto us? Through a covenant, man. Paperwork. Right?
That's the law.
Exactly. This is paperwork right here. Go ahead.
This is Leviticus chapter 26, verse 46. These are the statutes and judgments
That paperwork. Go ahead.
and laws which Yahweh Bashim Yahushai made between him and the children of Israel.
Come on, that's why, Esau Edom, he copies everything the Most High does. Contracts, sign his paperwork. He copied the Most High. His whole judicial system. Where's your witness? Go back to the scriptures. That's all in the scriptures, man. Right? Bearing false witness, 2 or 3. You need, who do you have to come up and testify to? Esau, all that shit go back to the scriptures, man. All the Esau bullshit, man. All right? That's the Most High. His whole order, ranking and commanding. All that go back to the Most High, man. Go ahead.
Hey, if I may add, and that's why the scriptures in Psalms says, "What hast thou to do with to declare my statutes, man?" And what Esau Edom, what does he do when he's inaugurating the president? All right, what do? They swear on the Bible. They put they swear on the Bible, man. They claim to be righteous. They claim to keep the law, statutes, commandments. But unfortunately, Esau Edom is contrary to the Lord. So everything that he does is ass backwards, man. All right, the Lord tell you to do this. The law say this. Well, Esau like, man, put my twist on it, man.
And also too, another example. Did not the scripture say when you have a matter with a brother, go to him one-on-one, right? And if he did not receive you, take him to the congregation then, right? So let's say me and you get in an accident. We can handle that out amongst ourselves. Look on the back of your dollar bill. This is legal tender, right? For debt. Okay, so what you will accept if I get into a fender bender with you, and I'm like, don't call the police. Let's settle this right here. I give you legal tender. I give you $500 to go get the little bumper, the little scrape out your car. That legal tender paid for that. So why? Now we don't have to get everybody else involved. Right? The police and everybody else involved. Same thing with the scriptures, man. Go to that brother in secret. See if y'all can settle that matter amongst yourselves. Then if y'all can't settle it, then that's when more people got to come in.
Or even more wicked, how they have a so-called marriage counselor, they try to get in between you and your wife, man. Or the system, man. You and your wife having so-called issues at the house, and they call the police on you. All right, and then all of a sudden y'all getting, the police in between you and your wife and handling how you supposed to be dealing with your wife or even with your children, man.
Yeah.
That you supposed to be in control of all that, man.
Yep.
But what, in this here system, all right, they took all those things away and turned it all upside down. All right, but now look at it, man. You can't discipline your children here, man. Now you got all these damn monsters and hood rats running around and shit. All right, and you can't say nothing about that, man. You got all our women running around with how you say, no subjection over themselves, man. No self-control or no nothing, man. But what, we can't say nothing about that, man. Then you see all the divorce rates and all these different things that's skyrocketing up there, man. All right, but what, you can't come out with the remedy for these things. You can't say nothing about these things, man. They talk about the LGBTQ community or whatever, but then now they all super depressed now, man. They all committing suicide now, man. But you can't tell them they was wrong for making a decision they wanted to, man. That's like telling somebody you shouldn't take a blowtorch and put it to the side of your face and turn that bitch on. That's not going to end well for you, man. Why don't you just let me feel how I want to feel and do my shit? All right, well, when you burn your ass, don't come crying to me about it, man. I don't want to hear that shit at that point because I tried to warn your ass. All right? But what? This is the scenario that we're living in now, man.
All right. Now you finish on that Leviticus 26 and 46. These are the statutes and judgments and laws which Yahweh Shai made between him and the children of Israel.
So when the Lord say, I was married unto you, that marriage, that covenant, that contract, these are laws, statutes, commandments which I made between him and the children of Israel. Go ahead.
That's right. In Mount Sinai by the hand of Moses.
By the hands of Moses. That's right. All right. Go back, read that.
It's Jeremiah chapter 3 and verse 14. Turn, O backsliding children, saith the Lord Yahweh, for I am married unto you.
So we in that contract, man. Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 15, 1 through 14. The first verse in particular. All these laws, statutes, commandments, right? And
All your ways shall
All
be
these
prosperous.
ways shall be prosperous. So that's the contract. I'm married unto you. We got abide by these set of rules, man. Go ahead.
Hey, well, really, the whole chapter is a contract because 15 on down is telling you what happens if you breach that contract. And that's what happened right now. We wind up not making the payments or whatnot. So they done came in and evicted us or repossessed our situation, man.
Yeah, that's right, brother.
Yeah, now we got to fall after the stipulations. You know, we defaulted on the contract, so now we got to pay for it.
Go ahead.
Read again.
Go ahead, brother.
It's Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 14. Turn, O backsliding children, saith the Lord Yahweh, for I am married unto you, and I will take you one of a city and two of a family, and bring you to Zion.
Yep. So one of a city, two of a family, and gather from all the nations. What? And bring us to Zion. Right?
And I will give you pastures according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding.
And that's why we are being risen up. The Lord is giving you pastors, man, according to His heart, man. All right, that shall feed you. Who else feeding you like this? Who else giving you the comfort? The Christian churches ain't, man. Go sit in the Christian churches. They not telling you that, oh, yo, you gonna get real reparations, man. Through your how about Shemi Awashai. Upon all the slavery and the bondage that you serve. This man that's ruling over you gonna soon, hey, you gonna be stepping on his neck. That's feeding us and giving us comfort. Right?
That's answering questions that most people don't got answers to,
Yeah.
man. Why do we go into captivity? Why are we in slavery? What kind of God is gonna put us in slavery and then just leave us here and leave us like that, man? But
Go,
Isaiah 50.
go ahead. Yeah. That was it?
Yeah.
All right, well,
Yeah, that's
all right. Well, Jeremiah 50,
Con, Isaiah.
it's like it. I did.
Isaiah 50, verse 6. I gave my back to the smiters, and my cheeks to them that plucked off the hair. I hid not my face.
So regardless of all the backlash we get from our families, our so-called friends, our mother, our father, we gave our back to them, man. The scoffers and scorners, we gave our back to them. Regardless of how they felt about what we were saying, we gave our back to them. What we believe, we gave our back to them, man. Whatever. Right? Because why? We feared the Most High greater than we fear men. Because most men tell you that in John, what? They love the praise of men more than they love Yahweh Shai. They believe the stuff Yahweh Shai was saying, but because they love the praise of men, they ain't follow him. You know, because they was in high seats, like scribes and Pharisees in high seats within the church, in the temple, in the congregation, right? But they believe, damn, but what he's saying is true. But man, all these people, the whole congregation, I'm getting praise from them. When they see me as a pastor, as a great man. So I believe what he's saying, but I love the praise of men more than I love the Most High.
Hey.
And that's why they didn't follow him.
Hey, think about how many of these rappers and celebrities or whatnot know that they're Israelites.
Yep.
And they kind of burning in the spirit with this.
Yep.
And they want to go and do some sit downs, go
But
to
they
camp
love
and go.
their fame.
Yeah, I'm just saying they want to go do sit downs or whatnot, but they know, damn, as soon as I go do this, I'm gonna lose a lot of my fans. They're gonna look at me a little weird if I do this. They're gonna look at me a little weird if I do that, man. All right? Yep. So this is why a lot of our people don't do it, man. They know that you'll see a lot of our people walking by that and you'll be like, oh, you know you're an Israelite? Yeah, I know I'm an Israelite. I've been knew I was an Israelite for so long. Well, why you basically walking around hiding? You know what I'm saying? Why aren't you out here teaching? You know what I'm saying? Especially people that's a lot older than us. Like, yo, you old enough to be my dad, and if you knew you was an Israelite, how come you ain't out here teaching us? Why is it basically the youth that's out here teaching everybody else, man?
Because the Lord is raising up an army, man. All these old heads out here. Now, don't get me wrong. We got elders, but they grew old in the truth. Yeah, exactly. When they was our age, they was out here on the highways and byways. But all these old heads that gave up the fight, man, that don't want to come out here, the Lord is raising up young men. Why? Because the Lord is raising up an army. You don't call old-ass people to your army, man. You call young men. You know?
Hey, he said he hid it from
You know,
the wise and the prudent, and then gave it to the babes.
So young men, what? Jeremiah, let no man despise thy youth, but I am young. But Jeremiah, but I'm young. That's what the Lord loves, man. All right? Go out there.
Hey,
young.
Confounding the elderly by the wisdom of the youth.
Yeah.
Like when Yahushua was on the scene, man.
Because he had that ancient wisdom.
Yeah, he was
right?
up in the temple teaching them.
Yeah, doctors, lawyers, you know.
They're like, what
You
the
know?
hell, this little kid, what he talking
Exactly.
about?
He's saying what he's saying is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't refute it.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, God damn, he knows this
That
shit.
goes with the Surah 39th chapter about meditating.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's right.
that's why I was
About the
quoting
ancient
wisdom, you know?
Yeah, that's right.
That's why I had it.
Occupied, he will be occupied in prophecy.
But that also makes it what? Undeniable that it's not that person in their flesh, man. All right? That goes to show you that that's what the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. When you take young men and stuff like this, like we supposed to be in the world with all this here folly and this and that, not know nothing about political stuff, not know nothing about these militaries or financial things like that, man. But we all out here telling you people that's old enough to be our parents and stuff how these systems really work, man. We telling you how all this politics and all this stuff really work, man. All you people in the military and stuff, we telling you about what their real military plans are, their real military technology, man. Before the 5G system came out in the market of the beast, well, like the RFID chip and how they're gonna use it came out, all right? Before they started talking about it now, we have been telling you about this stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? I remember, like, when I first got with the camp, man, I was already, hey, they coming out with AI, 5G, and so on and so forth, man. It wasn't about a year later till these things started coming out, man. All right, so the Most High is the one that's raising us up, man, to basically, how does he say, to confound them by the foolishness of preaching, man. All right, but also using the youth, man, raising up, you know, younger men, people who don't look like they supposed to be doing this, man. We're not so-called scholars that went to these study hermeneutics and shit like that, like in the colleges to study the Bible, man. We studied through what? Basically through the power and the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua by Shem Rakakudash, man. All right, learning from the elders and the men that was on the highways and the byways and seeking through the scriptures through the Holy Spirit, man. And the Lord was the one that's giving us this download, man, showing us the certain things and the right things to go into and the things to go, you know, to watch and to decipher these certain things, man. It's the Lord that programmed us with these things, man.
Yeah, I got a precept. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4, and in verse 8. For honorable age is not which standeth in length of time, nor that which is measured by number of years. For wisdom is the gray hair unto men, and an unspotted life is old age. So this wisdom is, you know, things are revealed unto babes. You know, of course we're young in the flesh, but this wisdom is old, it's ancient. You know, and wisdom is what gives us the gray hairs. You know, and it says unspotted life. That's why the Most High called us blameless. You know, unspotted life makes us of old age. You know, we're ancient men. You know, because there's wisdom that dwells inside of us.
I got it real quick, straight to the point. Proverbs 5 and 18. But the path of the just is as a shining light that shineth more and more unto that perfect day, man. So how are we shining? According to Daniel's 12th chapter, by the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, which maketh the man face to shine into that perfect day, into the presentation of Yahweh Shai, till we be changed like him, man. All right, so this wisdom and knowledge is the shining, man. It's the light.
Hey, also right there in Daniel say wisdom and knowledge should be increased. See what I'm saying? And going right into what you were saying, man. That's what's going on with us, man.
Increase.
Isaiah 50.
Isaiah 50, verse 10. Who is among you that feareth Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai? Oh, Salaki, verse 9. Behold, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai will help me. Who is he that shall condemn me?
And did not Paul quote that? Right? He quote that in Romans. Go ahead.
Lo, they all shall wax old as a garment. The moth shall eat them up.
Yep.
Who is among you that feareth Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, that obeyeth the voice of his servant?
That's asking the question, man. Who among you that feareth the Most High, man? That obeyeth the mouth of his servant, man? Know that, you know, you're not just looking at men, you know, and we ain't nobody. But you gotta understand that we were set up by Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. All right, whether we be party elect or not, whether the Lord, you know, God forbid he have us speak and then what? Cast us off. But at this moment, current moment right now, man, the Lord has a spirit on us to go out here and prophesy, man. So you have to acknowledge that and know that, hey, man, when you coming up to these camps, Ecclesiastes, the 5th chapter, keep thou foot when thou comes to the house of the Most High. And know, man, that, hey, man, you're not just up here just speaking to some niggas, man, that you know, you just come up and disrespect it, whatever, man. You know what I mean? You don't go up there in them churches like that. It's the same way here, man. They see us out here in the sackcloth and see we just Negroes, so they just come up and just say anything they want to say, come up in the middle of us speaking and just interrupt us. Hey, like, come on, man, you don't do that, man. All right? I go to show you, and it's not us, man, because we're not asking for your respect. It's respect, man. Respect what's going on, man. All right? Expect the platform that we're preaching off of, man. This is the foundation of Yahweh Shimi Shai, man. All right? Respect that. That's all we ask.
Hey,
Right?
if you roll up through Esau's so-called judicial system and his judges, man, and you speak out all in front of them, you get what? Charged with contempt of court, and your ass go to jail, man. You get execution put on your ass, man. You don't just walk up in the damn courthouse, walk across the line, and start telling the judge what you're gonna do, what you're not gonna do, man. And they tell you, if it's not your turn to speak, they don't give you permission to speak, man. Your ass is gonna get tried for contempt of court, and your ass is liable to go to jail, man.
Yeah.
How much more in the Heavenly Father's presence, man? All right, he set forth these ambassadors to go forth and tell you certain things, more or less like judges. Well, really, Obadiah tell you about that. Them saviors is gonna come be raised up, man. All right, and so what? We coming out here telling you, hey, Ezekiel 3. I was holding that earlier. Ezekiel 3:17, 10 says, 3:10 it says, I've made thee a watchman to the house of Israel, man. Therefore, give them warning from me, man. So this is what we out here doing. We the middleman. Like, look, man, if you don't quit doing what you're doing, your ass gonna get put to death, man. But if you change from your ways, man, the Most High have mercy on you, man. But what, you want to go up there and start screaming in front of the judge or whatever, whatnot, man? Or in the court when they trying to tell you about these laws, man? All right, when the judge bring down that gavel on your ass, man, it's going to be the end-all, be-all, man. That's why the scriptures say many going to learn after death by pain, man.
And that's why scriptures also say, such a man only feareth the eyes of men. Knowing not the eyes of the Most High are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. And the Most High sees all these things. He that touches us, it touches the apple of the Most High's eye. So again, get on the point that we're not just normal men. It's not because we're just this flesh. It's just because what the Most High has called us to do.
Yeah.
It's the purpose,
He
the
sanctified
cause.
us, man.
Exactly. It's the cause, the purpose that what is making us justified, not our own selves.
And only a spiritual man can acknowledge that, man. That's why you have certain sincere brothers come out and listen, and hey, they respect that. Why? Because they know, hey, these men, hey, this is of the Most High. You got a lot of people that don't fear and don't respect that, man. Go ahead.
Con. Isaiah 50:10. Who is among you that feareth Yahweh Shimi Shai, that obeyeth the voice
So
of
he
his
calling
servant?
for like-minded men. Because why? Obviously, if you're a servant of the Most High, you fear him. Why? Because you're serving him. You're doing what he told you to do. So he's calling for like-minded men. So who else among you that fear the Most High? That's who he wants to. Join them unto your ranks. Go ahead.
Con. It says, who is among you that feareth Yahweh Shimi Shai, that obeyeth the voice of his servant, that walketh in darkness?
Because did not Yahushua say, he that heareth you, heareth me? Right?
That's right.
Go ahead.
Con. It says, that walketh in darkness and have no light. Let him trust in the
Yep.
name.
So this man, he feared the Lord, but he walketh in darkness and have no light. He lost. Right?
Yeah, wisdom.
No wisdom. But go and speak unto him.
My sheep and my voice.
Put it in him. Right? Put this wisdom in him. Because he walking in darkness right now. And that's how we was, man. Like, had that zeal in the world. Like, we feared the Lord. But what? We had no guidance, no way to,
We didn't even know what his name was to call him.
Personally for myself, I fear the Lord in the world. I just want to serve the Lord. That's all. I just want to serve. In the world, I said I want to serve the Lord. But I didn't know how to. Right? Until I met a man anointed, a righteous man. Then he put the wisdom and gave me, okay, this is how okay, cool. That's what, and I'm here today, man. Right? Go ahead.
Con. It says, let him trust in the name of Yahweh Shimi Shai.
And they go back to faith, man. What is his name? Oh, his name is Yahweh, right? What's the name of the Heavenly Father? Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Let him trust in that name, man. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, because what? Was it 25th chapter? The fear of the Lord is the beginning of his love, and faith is beginning of cleaving onto him. But these are traits that we have to learn. We have to learn the fear of the Lord. We didn't understand because we didn't have what it says. The fear of the Most High is the beginning of knowledge. We didn't know. Now we know.
Let him trust in the name of Yahweh Shemi Shai and stay upon his power. Behold, all ye that kindle a fire, that compass yourselves about with sparks, walk in the light of your fire.
So kindle in that fire. What? We all kindle in that fire, right? That spark. You want to get out and go out here and speak and serve the Lord, right?
Burning in the heart.
Burning your heart, right? You won't feel right if you didn't come out here and did the word, man. You feel like, damn, and then what does Jeremiah said? He wanted to stop preaching, but it's like something
Burning inside.
burning his heart, man.
Yeah, it's like, woe is me if I
Somebody
don't
can,
preach.
if somebody can get that bumper shot, find that. Yeah, read that again.
Isaiah 50 verse 11. Behold, all ye that kindle a fire, that compass yourselves about with sparks.
And the scriptures say we shall be as sparks among stubble.
That's right, baby.
Come on.
That's right. Come on,
Stop
baby.
playing.
This shit real life.
Shall be as sparks amongst the stubble, man. In that day, man. That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
And what spark? That's pure fire. It's pure energy. When you see something, that
I
shit
got you.
moving. All right, go ahead, though.
This is hang on, give me a second. Let me just get to the point. It says Jeremiah 20:9, I believe it says, Then I said, I will not make mention of him nor speak anymore in his name, but his word.
That's what Jeremiah said, man. I ain't gonna make. Because why? He was vexed with his people. They ain't out here listening to me, man. You know, it might be vexed with your mom, your family, your current household, man. They ain't listening. But we all went through that before. But then you get to that point where you just be like, it ain't for everybody. And then even still, when you get to that point, and you see people that like you want to share, like, yo, look, man, understand, this finna happen. You still get vexed, like, man, whatever.
Yeah.
But listen what Jeremiah
Hey,
said.
and I was gonna say, naturally, just being in this thing, man. Every time you really open your mouth, man, you really preaching at all points of time anyway, man. Whether you so-called mask it, you know what I'm saying, and use different types of words, man, you shouldn't be doing all this stuff anyway, man. Should be eating that food no way, man. You know what I'm saying? You might not say, oh, the Lord say you ain't supposed to eat that food, but I don't eat all that food. It's not healthy for our people, man. Certain things like that, you know, a lot of your conversation, you can't help but preach, man. I know for myself, I be out and around other people or whatever, whatnot, man. They be like, damn, you always preaching about something, man. You always got something to say about something. Yeah, because all this shit is wicked, man. And it's just vexing. Sign and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof,
You
man.
in the right spirit.
Yeah, it's like, Con, exactly. Continuing on, Jeremiah 20:9 says, Then I said, I will not make mention of him, nor speak any more in his name.
So I ain't gonna preach the word no more, man. Because they ain't listening. Whatever. Vexed. Like, God damn, man. I'm trying to tell them everything, man. You know how you get vexed. Like, I ain't gonna, I'm done with this, man. Go ahead.
But his words was in my heart as a burning fire shut up in my bones.
But it's just something about going out here. Like, if I can speak for myself personally, bro, I love, like, reading and uplifting the words to the Most High because it's like a melody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a sweet melody in your ear. Like, you love. You just gotta get out there and just speak the word, bro.
It's that Revelation
You know?
14, that song
Yeah.
no man can learn.
Like, and that's what you want to hear. Like, yeah, I read for you. Yeah, all right, this is Isaiah. You know, it's just something about just letting that word go loose and pushing it out there. It's something, it does something to your spirit. So imagine not doing that for a week. You know, it's gonna be burning. You're like, yeah, man, get out there and preach. You know, this is that relief, man.
Or if you're not out there actually, like how you talking, you actually out there feeding. But if you're not out there eating as well, man, you're gonna wind up starving to death, man. The scripture say, man should not live by bread alone. You know what I'm saying? But by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Lord, man. All right, so what? Going into hearing these here words, all right, is akin to what you eating this here stuff. So like the more and more you don't hear this, you wind up starving to death, man. All right, and then also like the brother saying, man, you out there, you actually, you know what I'm saying, feeding out. It's a good feeling to be out there feeding the feeding the hungry, man. You know what I'm saying? You got that line of lifting up, man. All right, making people whole again, man. All right, but continuing on in Jeremiah 20:9, it says, but his words were in my heart as a burning fire, shut up in my bones, and I was weary with forbearing, and I could not stay.
Yeah. That's it on that?
Yeah, that's it on that.
So he say, but man, I tried not to preach or try not to say nothing, but man, his words is in my heart, like burning. Like I gotta, like, and two, bro, like a true shepherd, a true watchman, you see danger coming, regardless of nobody listening. You can be like, yo, don't you see that this shit is coming? Like, look, it's right here. You know, you get hit with that every once in a while. Like, look, man. Especially when you watch the news and you see shit popping off, man. You're like, yo, look, man, this shit gonna pop off. But it's just something you learn to cope with when you get in the truth.
Yeah.
Like, whatever, man.
You behind that damn silent proof glass screaming
You know,
at the
like,
motherfuckers
God
like, yo,
damn.
I'm only hurting my fist, hitting this shit. You can't hear me no way, man.
Hey, and for give an example, you know, it be certain brothers. I speak for myself. You know, you having a vexed ass week going on that Jeremiah 20:9. You having a vexed ass week. You know, and then you wake up from camp. You like, fuck it, man. I ain't reading. I'm just gonna hold post. And
Yep.
you know
Oh, I know what you mean.
You know, you get
I'm
out,
just here, and then
especially
like,
when you ain't getting no
yeah.
sleep. You know, you like, fuck, man. You getting up, you like, damn. You thinking, you know, you gotta do the work, but you like, fuck. I gotta get out the bed and shit.
This whole post
Fuck it,
today.
I'm
Ain't
whole
gonna say
post.
nothing.
Yeah, I ain't saying shit today.
Then before you know it, you up there.
Yeah, Spirit hop
Bring out
on
a
you.
precept.
This is Isaiah, brother, get that for me real quick.
Yeah.
Then the
Be on
Spirit
fire.
hop on you.
always
Yeah,
that's that
Yeah.
light.
you know, the Spirit.
I ain't gonna say
Yeah, I
nothing
ain't
today. I'm
saying
in this
shit.
whole post. I know.
You
Nah.
know how many brothers done went through that,
That's
man?
in you, man. It's in you. You know, you gon' speak. You gon' say
But that's
something.
that carnal versus that physical, that spiritual fight, man. The flesh is saying, man, I'm tired, I'm wore down today. But as soon as that spirit get turned up on you, man, hey, man, you just in spirit mode, man. You blacked out and you all, hey, man.
Yep.
That's
like,
how,
no, I'm just saying, like it was hot earlier.
Yeah.
But as that sun still kept coming out, like kind of like calm down, like, hey, just vibe with it, right? It's hot as hell, but fuck it. You know, gonna be 3 shades darker. But what? Once you got settled in the spirit, the flesh, like you stop focusing on the flesh and you start focusing on the message, man. The spirit, what the spirit got bringing out, and then it stopped being so hot after a while, right? You're just flowing, because why? Your mind is in tune more in the scriptures, man. And you're not worried about the flesh saying it's hot, but it ain't bothering you no more, you know?
Hey, but going ultimately to that a little deeper, man. That's how we supposed to be in this fight all the way around, man. We're not supposed to be looking at the carnal things going around, man. We're not supposed to be looking at what? The economy about to collapse, man. All right, thermonuclear missiles coming down over there on this bitch, man. Drones and all these different types of calamities is coming to this here place, man. We're not supposed to be looking at these things and be afraid of these things to come, man. We're supposed to be looking at these things just like, look, the Lord is going to provide for us, man. Though we can't see how we're going to so-called, well, we can see through the scriptures how we're going to escape these thermonuclear missiles, but nevertheless, we can't so-called see how we're going to, make it all the way to that end, man. All right, because you got all these different plays we got to make it through before that. We may not be able to see each and every one of these things, man. But what we know through faith, we have faith that the Lord is going to deliver us, man. All right, so that's how we got to go, man. We got to just go off of faith, man. You know what I'm saying? When you out there on those scenarios, hey, there was a dude on 9/11, man, who wound up surfing in the goddamn building down to the bottom, man. And I just thinking in my mind, like, this motherfucker had it solely set in his mind he was not dying today, man. It's like, this is not how my life going to end. I'm going to ride this bitch down to the end. And that's just what his plan was, man. He had faith that day, and that's just how he was protected, man. You hear multiple stories about that. There was a story in Russia about this child, like a little baby or some shit, that was in a building that collapsed for multiple days in a cold environment, man. But what? Somebody had, it's all according to the Most High, but ultimately, you know what I'm saying? You got to have faith like that. Those people was out there looking for a child 3 days into a goddamn collapsed building, man. But they was still expecting to find a child. Hey, they found a damn child, man. But that's how we have to be. We can't be looking at these carnal obstacles around us and be afraid and fretting at these things, man. Oh, Esau coming in with martial law, man. All right, Jacob's trouble. All right, thermonuclear missiles and destruction, man. We got to look at the bright side of that, man. The Lord has woke us up to deliver us up out of this place, man. To glorify his name by delivering us up out of this here place, man. They going to stop talking about the first Exodus, and they going to talk about how the Lord brought up the children of Israel up out of the land of the north, man. Starting with the elect, man. All right, so we already know it's going to be a glorious time that's going to take place when we get delivered out of here, man. So we have to focus on things like that, not the carnal things like how the brother was speaking. Oh, it's hot out here right now, man. Don't worry about that, man. We're going to get turned up in that day, man.
Con. Isaiah 50 verse 11. Behold, all ye that kindle a fire, that compass yourselves about with sports.
So we saw example of Jeremiah, man. Right? That fire burning within his heart still. Go ahead.
Con. Walk in the light of your fire, and in the sports that ye have kindled. This shall ye have of my hand. Ye shall lie down in sorrow. Ye shall lie down in sorrow.
Keep going.
Now that's it. That's the last picture.
All right, come on. Hey, that's beautiful, man. All right. So, hey, walk in that light, man. Okay? And kindle that fire, man. That's what we doing. And now how should I say, I am the light of the world. Okay? And as we always bring out, one of Yahushua's title was the word of the Most High, man. So walk ye within his word. You got something?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 16. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, stand ye in the ways, and see, and ask for the old paths.
Yep. Stay ye in the way and see and ask for the old paths, man. All right? Read the scriptures, man. The Lord has left us many examples, man, on how we should walk and conduct ourselves in this faith, man. Okay? It ain't nothing new. If it's an old path, that means the things you went through, somebody already done walked them, right? Somebody somebody already done walked that walk or walked that path. It's just that they've been there, they did it before you did. And if you want to get even more spiritual, the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets.
And the scripture also said the things that was written aforetime written for our learning and our understanding, man.
God, so walk after the old paths, man. All right? Go ahead.
And as for the old paths, where is the good way? And walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls.
And that's where you're going to find rest. It's like, hey, and that's mental rest, man. Okay? Yeah, we still subject to payments. Yeah, we still catching hell week in and week out. But mentally, we at rest, man. Because as this destruction coming, prices of food are going up, hyperinflation, man. The American dollar is going down the toilet. Okay? We still at rest. We not like, oh shit, let's stock up on water. Let's buy rice. Let's buy beans. Right?
Let's leave the country.
Yeah, we're not in that state, man.
That goes into chapter today. It was the 2nd Timothy, the 1st chapter. For the Most High have not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind.
Yeah, and that's that sound mind. Right? We have a sound mind, and that's what's of course, Isaiah 33:6. That's what's gonna allow us to have that sound mind in that day, bro. Knowing is part of the battle. That's already halfway part of the battle. If you know, when shit pop off, you know, okay, bam, I know why this is happening. But if you in the world, entangled in the world, like your average Joe Smo, when shit pop off, you gonna be like, damn. Because why? You haven't already mentally detached yourself from the things of the earth, from the things of the world. So when you lose it, like, damn, first thing you're gonna think about, my job, my worldly possessions, my children, them entanglements. You're gonna be entangled in that. You're gonna be like, damn, man. It's just gonna be too much. That's why you gotta prepare yourself now.
The economic collapse.
Yeah, but first and foremost, the Spirit of the Lord gotta be upon you, man.
All
right? Because it ain't no way in the hell you're gonna be able to cope with whatever it is, man. Regardless of how much mentally you thought it over and prepared yourself, ain't no way in hell you're gonna be able to cope with what's coming, because the scriptures say it shall be a time like never before seen. Right? The things that the Most High gonna have, bro, as we said earlier, the economic bubble is soon to pop, man. Worse than 2008. And shit, man. These people so damn bugged out here. Wicked. It's wicked as all out hell, man. The other day I was at the gym. You had two lesbian girls. One looked like the butch, right? You had the one that looked like the man, and then the one that looked like the feminine one. How about she goes up to my woman, right, in the gym, and excuse me, I'm sorry to bother you, but do you have a tampon? But you a man though. But you need a tampon. You butch, right? You walk around with your the bottom of a head shaved off.
But you still got the workings of a woman.
But you need a tampon. Man, y'all finished, man.
Confused
they
and
fucked
destroyed.
out, bro. Like you supposed to be the man of the relationship, but you still need a tampon. Oh, these people are done, bro. Go ahead and get that real quick, Baba Shaw.
Kind. Isaiah 33 verse 6. In wisdom and knowledge. Kind. Isaiah 33 and 6. Isaiah chapter 33 verse 6. In wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times.
God, so wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. That's what's gonna keep you stable, man. That's the root word, stability, stable, man.
Which is the Hebrew word amawan.
Hey, and if you look stable, you take off the S. What?
Table.
Table. Ain't a table is stable, balanced. So that's what's gonna keep you stable, man. All right.
Hey, speaking on that economic collapse, man, I know a lot of people already freaking out about the ones that's watching, all right, that know about it, they freaking out about it, because you already got the economy that's collapsed here. You don't got a middle class, everybody living paycheck to paycheck, living in the parking lot in their cars and shit, going to work still, all right, but once this here happen, man, and they know that everything's going to be way worse than before, man, how we going to eat, how we going to do this, how we going to pay the bills, how we going to fit it, how we going to do this and how we going to do that, man. They looking at these as all being calamities, but we looking at this and rejoicing, but like, let that bitch burn, man. The quicker this shit collapse, the quicker we get up out of here, man. The quicker we can inherit the rest of these heathen is our possessions, man. All right, we waiting on this place to go down so we can come back up, man. All right, you can't have two kings on the throne at the same time, so we waiting on this kingdom to fall, man. We're not looking at these things and trembling at these signs, man. All right?
All right, go ahead.
Like, Jeremiah chapter 6, and I'll read again, verse 16. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, stand ye in the ways and see, and as for the old paths, where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls.
Yeah. So we at rest right now, man. Going back to that point, man. We stable. Okay, go ahead.
But they said, we will not walk therein.
But that's what 2/3 of our people said. We ain't gonna walk therein. So why? The Lord gonna allow you to eat the fruit of your own doings, man. Okay? Alright, well, do it your way. Well, like men, we have acknowledged that, yo, doing it our way, this is what got us here in the first place.
That's right.
This is why we're here, is doing it our way. Let's do it the Lord way. Deuteronomy, going back to Deuteronomy 1 through 14. Like, yeah, okay, we follow laws, statutes, commandments. Oh, this is gonna happen. All right, well, let's do it that way. Let's see how this right? But if thou wilt not hearken unto the words of the Lord thy God spoken to you this day, all these curses shall befall you. 2/3 off, man. Nah, we ain't doing that, man. All that Bible stuff, all that, whatever, man. Do as thou will. Be happy, right? Live your life. Be happy, man. Stop worrying about all that. That book was written by men. Ain't every fucking book in the world is written by men? Well, that's the case. All the shit you learn, but they respect their degree though. I got a master's degree. I got an associate's degree. I got a bachelor's. They will uphold that knowledge which they got all out of a book, whether it was on electronically or a book or actual physical book. They will uphold that knowledge. But this book, oh, that was written by a man. Like you see the hypocrisy. Yeah, like people.
Hey, what is there on the planet Earth that was written that wasn't written by a man?
Yeah.
Like,
a man taught you how to tie your shoes, whether it's a woman or a man.
Oh, they believe they believe they bank statements, don't they?
Yeah.
Ain't that written by a man? They're like, shit, they say I got $100 in there.
Yeah,
Hey man, that was written by a man. You can't believe that. You know what I'm saying? You can't believe that it was written by a man.
You know?
Our people are simple, man.
Simple. Go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 17. Also I set watchmen over you, saying,
So I said watchmen over you. What? Men to watch over your souls. To guide you. Okay? Pastors.
And so we don't go astray with the strangers, because we in the house of the stranger. Hey, we don't want to go astray with them. That's what got us in trouble anyway, man. We be walking around like the rest of them, you know?
And that's a shepherd. A shepherd gonna protect the flock, man. Okay? That's what the Most High set. All right, over the flock, shepherds. Okay? These strange. That's some strange children that the Lord was talking about.
That's what I was bringing up. So we ain't supposed to be trying to be like them strangers and shit.
Strange.
That's why we need, dressing up like, hey, I don't even want to go into that shit, man.
Oh.
You dressing up like drawings on pencil and paper, cartoons and shit, yet you live in the real world. And the cartoons is just trying to imitate you, but you want to be like some fake shit, man. Heathens, man.
Learn not the way of the heathen.
Yeah, man.
Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 17. Also I set watchmen over you, saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet.
Yep. Amos 3. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city?
Yep.
And the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city? And the Lord hath not done it?
Oh.
Right?
We're ready.
Hearken unto the trumpet, man. Here it is. We out here. Harping. You know?
Piping, but they not dancing.
Piping, but not dancing. But it's Matthew 13. Like, man, this is like, yo, when the Lord bring forth this destruction, man, and this misery, it's gonna be like music to my ears. And it's majority of these women, most of you see women out here, right? The Lord that's the way the Lord had it. They're gonna be in straits, man, right? Dire straits. Go ahead, double straits.
I got you. Sirach 39, verse 16. It says, all the works of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai are exceeding good, and whatsoever he commanded shall be accomplished in due season. And won't disappoint. And none may say, what is this? Wherefore is that?
Yep.
For at time convenient they shall all be sought out.
Yep.
At his commandments the water stood as in heat, And that the word of his mouth, the receptacles of waters.
Yep.
So everything will be accomplished in due season. You know?
And you can't say, what is this?
What is this?
What is
What is
that?
that?
Man, he already spoken.
It's a convenient time, man, for these things to happen.
And we read that in Habakkuk too. Hey, though Terry, wait for it. It's for a appointed time, man.
And that goes right with 2 Peter's the 3rd chapter. Where is the sign or the promise of his coming? The sign, that time
Right here.
is here. What did Yahweh say? You can discern the times of heaven, you know,
It's gonna rain.
when it's going to rain. But thou foolish, you know, generation, you can't discern the times that you're living in, man. All right? So, go back and real quick.
Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 17 again. Also I set over you, also I set watchmen over you, saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet. But they said, we will not hearken. Therefore hear, ye nations, and know, O congregation.
Hey, that's why I say destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, bro. Cause it's like, bro, like I told you this shit, bro. Like we told you.
Been telling you.
Like, bro, like I'm waiting on this shit to happen. You telling me that gallon of milk is now $10? Like, yo, this is shit I've been waiting to hear.
Like 50 videos on it.
Yeah. This is shit I've been waiting to hear. What you telling me that for? What, the water?
Hey,
You know, thank you.
it was funny is maybe like a year and a half, maybe like the end of last year, I was telling my mom, I was like, look, by this time next year, y'all gonna be seeing on the news, they're gonna be talking about this shit, UFOs, man. It sound far-fetched, but the United States government is gonna be talking about UFOs by this time next year, and lo and behold, the secret is out. Oh, I believe in them now, I believe in them now. So I remember when the storm came, we was up in New Jersey, we had actually seen a bunch of chariots out there for like 30 minutes straight. And my mom was like, that ain't whatever it is. Like, well, you explain it to me. But now the news is telling you it's out there. Oh, I believe them now. People been talking about them now. I'm like, how they keep getting the videos? They've been here the whole time, man. Y'all just walking around on your cell phones looking down.
That's why.
Huh?
You just looked out with that.
Yeah. Whatever, nigga. Hey, but the scriptures say that. The scriptures say that though, right? That the mother was gonna be her, you know, roughly paraphrasing, she was gonna be looking ill will towards her the husband of her bosom and her son and her daughter and stuff like that. They don't give a damn. But look, we the ones trying to tell you, man. The scripture also say they of your household will be the ones basically of your enemies, man. All right. And then also there's another precept to say the parents of the prophets is gonna be like, oh, don't prophesy, don't do this and do that. You bringing shame into our name or whatever, whatnot. That's pretty much what our parents say now. But wait, in those times, man. All right, just like when Yahushua was on the scene, man. His mom, Yahushua, your mama wants you. She wants you to go do something for her, basically like that. Who is my mother, my father, my brother, and my sister? They that do the will of the Most High, man. But nevertheless, I'm gonna go over here and do this for you anyway. But look, if you really fully understand what's going on right now, you would be in total subjection unto me, looking at me, because really I'm the one that's gonna be saving your life, man. But they don't see it that way.
That's why the Lord said, I shall make a man more precious than fine gold. Alright? We literally gonna be the gods in that day, man. Okay? We literally gonna be those gods in that day, man. Alright? People gonna be coming to us for answering for help. Because why? The Most High himself is not gonna come down and say, okay, this is why this is happening. No, you're gonna go to the prophets, man. The Lord gonna make us precious, bro.
His presence will destroy us, like when they said to Moses, we want to talk to the Most High.
Hey, what did the Most High tell Moses? When he turned his back, he said, no man can see me and live.
Right.
You know? It's a consuming fire, man.
Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 18. Therefore hear, ye nations, and know, O congregation, what is among them. Hear, O earth, behold, I will bring evil upon this people, even the fruit of their thoughts.
So the Lord said, I will bring evil upon these people, even the fruit of their thoughts. We was reading Matthew 24. You say you had something?
No.
All right, give me Genesis 6. All right. We was reading Matthew 24, as in the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Read that again.
It's Jeremiah chapter 6, and verse 19. Hear, O earth, behold, I will bring evil upon this people, even the fruit of their thoughts.
God, even the fruit of their thoughts, man. You got people constantly thinking evil, wicked shit all the time, man. Oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Constantly thinking about money and all that shit. Well, when the Lord crashed the economy, okay, you trying to get rich and all this other bullshit, man. When you got people knocking on your door and kicking your front door in off the hinges, right?
That's also what I thought you meant by sign.
And you reach over to call 911 and you get a dial tone. All right, all these things gonna happen. You put your woman before the Lord, or your family, or your daughter, whatever, before the Lord, then they gonna have you all tied up, hog-tied, while they got your woman on the bed and having their way with her, man. The Lord, I'm telling you, the and what? Judgment. Rightfully so, man. Then what? After that, put a clip in your head, okay, and haul her ass off, and put her on collateral.
I was gonna say on eBay, highest bidder,
Yeah.
basically.
You know?
Hey, but look, going into also that, they want to hearken into what? Basically Esau, Edom, man. Going into the RFID chip, they don't want to hearken into the Lord, man. Hey, though hand join in hand, the wicked should not go unpunished, man. You want to go along with him, man. Your ass gonna go right along with his ass, man. All right, you need to leave away from that and cleave into what the Lord is saying.
Go ahead.
Finishing up, even the fruit of their thoughts, because they have not hearkened unto my words, nor to my law, but rejected it.
Yeah, so even the fruits of their thoughts. Now go ahead, let's see the thoughts of it. Go ahead.
Khan. This is Genesis chapter 6, verse 5.
As like we read earlier today, Matthew 24, as in the days of Noah world, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Go ahead.
And the Most High saw, Genesis 6, verse 5. And the Most High saw that the wickedness of men was great in the earth.
Yep, the Lord saw that, man. He's seeing now. Okay? Once again, man.
God, take this.
Transgenderism.
Right off the
People bug the hell out. From adultery to Esau, man. We don't get into all the shit Esau Edom doing, man. We can sit here all day, man. All right?
Every day.
But we see, man, that wickedness is great. Go ahead.
Khan. It says,
That shit will vex you just thinking about it. Fucking headache, man. We sit here all day. I don't want to talk about this shit. Go ahead.
it says, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil
Yep.
continually.
Only evil continually. Waking up, meditating on mischief, going to sleep, waking up and just continually exercising in those evil deeds, man. Go ahead.
Khan. Verse 6, and it repented Yahweh Bashim Yahushai that he had made man on the earth,
Uh-huh.
and it grieved him at his heart.
Yep. And it's doing the same thing now. Read the Lord at his heart, man. Go ahead.
And Yahweh Bashim Yahushai said, I will destroy man,
Yep.
whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing,
Yep.
and the fowls of the air.
Because why? They all polluted. They all polluted, man. You go in the Gulf, what? You got brown water. So you got ducks' wings covered in oil, right? You got GMO salmon now. I don't know if y'all saw that. GMO salmon,
Yeah.
right? And production.
Why they pink?
No, they're supposed to be pink, but then they
They
color them pink
point
now
is
because
they
they're
big
gray.
as hell now, man.
Yeah, they feed
They
them.
showed 18 months, right?
Yeah.
The natural one is small, but the genetically modified one is big as hell, man. I just saw an article on it the other day. And that's what they say that's going to be entering to the market this year, if I'm not mistaken.
Shit,
Right.
they had really did away with them fish a long time, like the natural fish a long time ago, man. Getting out the old ones and putting in the new ones, man.
Fish ponds and shit. You know?
The whole
Where you got fish all in one pool, swimming pool in like a backyard. And what do you think happened when they shit and they piss? They shit what? They in a pool, literally swimming on top of it. They gonna eat the shit of the other fishes. They don't got no room to spread and be out, and be wild. And it is an article the other day, Tampa Bay area, where they're using oysters, right, from restaurants. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I didn't know about
But
it though.
they
Cleaning up.
using oysters from restaurants, collecting them from restaurants, putting them in a line, and people hanging them on the side of their docks.
To clean
And
out
what
the
it's
water.
cleaning the water, the algae and all that other shit.
Yep.
So
Take
if
the
they
oil
get
out.
If they get it from restaurants, what that mean? People eating the oysters. So what? You're not supposed to eat that shit, man. That's shellfish, so to say.
Yeah, it's a natural
Yeah,
cleaning agent in
it's
the
a
water.
cleaning
Take the
agent.
oil out.
The clean the water, right? So why are you getting these from restaurants? Because why? They go to show you they eating the shit, man. Okay? So with that being said, this world is completely all out wicked. The creatures that the Lord has created to clean the earth, you got people eating them, man. That's
Crabs and
delicacy.
shrimp, lobsters, all of that cleans the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah. Why you think the oceans are fucking polluted, man? And they say what, the Pacific is dying and all this shit due to the nuclear
Fukushima.
Fukushima and all that. Man, come on. We gotta be safe, man. Go ahead. You was holding?
No. I was. No.
All right, that was it on that. Now, go back to this.
That was it. On that.
Okay.
I mean, I can Isaiah 4:1 controversy with.
All right, yeah, you can get that. Jeremiah.
This is Hosea chapter 4 and verse 1. Hear the word of the Lord Yahweh, ye children of Israel, for the Lord Yahweh hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land.
Now, so the Lord has a controversy with the inhabitants of this land, man. All right. Go ahead.
Because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of the Most High in the land.
Yep, no truth, no mercy, or knowledge of the Most High in the land. Being taxed for every goddamn thing, man. And people like to always get pissed off about taxes and all this shit the government is doing. But why y'all ain't raising up and going to the government? But when you see men of the Lord out here prophesying and speaking, y'all got all the shit to say to us. But we ain't the one raising your taxes. You know, we ain't the ones putting fluoride in your water.
Bombing people and shit.
Yeah, we're not them. We just come out here just simply giving a message, but you got a problem with us, man. All right? It's not us who you got a problem with. It's the Heavenly Father you got a problem with. Because we come out here moved by the fear that, yo, if we don't come out here, the Lord is going to destroy us. Right? We always should meditate in my head, like, damn, the Lord going to kill me if I don't go out there. That's why we out here. All right?
5%.
5%?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. It was on like 99% when I brought it out here.
We right at 2 hours.
Huh?
We've been rolling.
Oh,
It's 2
well,
hours.
we rolling down.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
This is Hosea chapter 4, verse 2. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out and blood touches blood.
Time. They break out and blood touches blood. There's no mercy, bro. The women are polluted. The women are exposed. The food is trash. A righteous man is continuously vexed, bro. Like, matter of fact, can somebody get the spirit making infirmities?
I got you.
You know what I'm talking about?
Revelation 8, Romans 8.
Romans, yes, Romans. All right, get that real quick, because you say what, we got 5% on there?
Yeah.
All right, get that in Romans, Bubba Shaw.
Romans 8. It's right here.
Yeah, start up if you have to, kind of roll into it or whatever, get all the meat off of there.
All right, well, shit. I'm going to start at verse 16 and we're going to read down.
Yeah.
It says, let me make sure I get that verse that you're talking about, though. All right, verse 26. All right, let me go up to Romans 8 and 22. It's a lot, but I'm going to just get to the point, 22 through 26. For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now.
Yes, man, the whole creation is growing, man. Even Israelites that's not even in the truth, bro. I be out on the road, we are, a lot of brothers do Uber and shit, man. I be out on the road, Jake be in the car like, I picked up a Benjaminite, man. She getting off one job and going to the other job. She falls asleep in the car. But she gotta go to another job. Come on. Whole creation growing, Jake. I'm like, damn, and I said in my head, don't worry about it, Jake, man. You gonna perish.
But it's going to be over
But
with.
it's gonna be
Put
over
you out of
with
your
soon.
misery.
Don't worry about it, man. The Lord gonna come through soon. That's how I look at all Jakes that ain't in the truth.
Yeah.
Like, don't worry about it, man. I know you out here crying out and you gotta work this job and that job. But hey, don't worry about it. It'll all be over soon. Go ahead, Art.
And that's why you see a lot of our people walking around, especially the elders of our people, man, walking around drinking all the time, smoking all the time, man. It's escapism, man. They sitting on the porch. I grew up for a point in time out from the country and stuff like that. You just see a bunch of the old heads just sitting around like that, man. Kind of out where I live now, and it's beautiful. It's somewhat beautiful because they got this little tree out in the cut, man. But you see the northern and the southern kingdom out there. You see Judah and you see Issachar out there, man. They both sitting up under the damn tree getting drunk all day, every day, man. They just sitting out there. You ride by, they wave at you like they know you and shit, man. They trying to escape their hell, man, but they groaning the same way we groaning, man. All right, continuing on. Romans 8 and 22. For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now.
Yep.
And not only they, but ourselves also, which have the first fruits of the Spirit.
Exactly. So not only 2/3 of our people, the whole creation, but also us, man, that have the fruits of the Spirit. Go ahead.
It says, and not only they, but ourselves also, which have the first fruits of the Spirit, even we ourselves grown within ourselves, waiting for the adoption, to which the redemption of our body.
Yeah, so even we ourselves grown within ourselves, man, waiting on adoption, like, Lord. How many times the prophets cried out, like, Lord, how long? Habakkuk, man, give me Habakkuk real quick.